I'm really happy to be back. Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Empty Garage, and today I'm really happy to be playing the new update of Assetto Corsa Rally, so the 0.2. Unfortunately for a lot of people that were expecting a new track that is a course, it is not the case. Today in this update we have the Livigno track, and I am really happy about this because actually some months ago I have worked in this actual track, so I am really happy to be testing it and to be back at this track without the minus 20 degrees that I had to endure those days. And I will tell you what do I think about let's say the track in comparison or in contrast to the real life. So let's go, let's try this track. And we have a new car, which is the Alpine A110, which should be manageable and fun. So let's go, let's try, let's see if I can drive as well as the drivers that I saw in that day. As you can see on the left you have a chalet. Let's turn to it. If I'm not mistaken, it should be here. Yes, exactly. So you see you have the chalet and you have this small box in white where I spent a lot of my time there. And then you have the track in front of you. It was a really good experience to watch people drift in front of you from small windows and seeing the snow, seeing the big mountain on the right and the big mountain on the left, and then you have some small mountains in front of you. On the right side, if I'm not mistaken, I shouldn't be mistaken, you have Switzerland, or the borders, let's say, to Switzerland. And yeah, it's a magical place, I would say, that I never expected to visit. And I'm really happy that I had that experience. So, let's go back to Assetto Corsa Evo. Rally. Assetto Corsa Rally. As you can see, it is a bit manageable, but I can already say that from a texture point of view, it is not good, I would say, because the ice, or let's say the mix between ice and snow, should make the tire grip a bit more and feel grainy, let's say, to the touch. And in this case, it is not the case. I feel like the car is obviously skating, but there should be a bit more texture to the steering. Other than that, it is good. You see the wheel is doing whatever I'm asking it to do, and also it's reacting to my throttle input, and it feels really good to drive. But if they add a bit more texture, it should be a bit more realistic. I didn't get to drive here. I was a passenger in a Lamborghini Revuelto, and it was really fun. But I got to drive in other events in Sweden, for example, in these kind of conditions, and the car obviously is much slower than in other conditions, and also it vibrates a lot. Really, the car endures a lot in these types of conditions. Okay, you may say that I'm yapping a lot and I'm complaining a lot, but if you just drive as is this track, you will be happy, because at the end of the day I think it helps you gain a lot of experience and knowledge about how to drive at the end of the day, especially oversteer. And yeah, it's good. I messed it up in that corner, like all the customers that I saw driving there as well. I don't know what Supernova team and 505 are planning to do with this track, but if they can, for example, let people play in online mode, for example, to do some tandem drifting and things like this. It can be really fun, especially if you can play with your friends in a dedicated server. Should be really fun. I think second or third is the perfect gear for this car. And yeah, basically it's just a track to have fun and to try things out. But yeah, if they can add more texture, more graininess, I don't know how to say, but you understand. If it's more grainy and you feel more of the effects of the road, it would be perfect, because the track is really realistic, and it gives justice to the real one. But in terms of force feedback, it's still not perfect. Okay, now what we will do is drive the Xara, which is all-wheel drive, to see if it is different or not. Obviously it should be a bit more difficult because it's more powerful, but at the same time it should be a bit manageable because it's an all-wheel drive car. And here I can feel like the rotation is a bit different, maybe easier as well, because as you can see, when I accelerate, the car not only does the rotation but also goes forward, which was less the case with the previous car. It's really fun, but I'm still missing some detail. This is really fun, and this was my main point that I wanted to discuss in this video, is the fact that we are very lucky today with this state of sim racing, because I feel like we should be grateful for what we have today, which is basically a lot of developers getting interested in sim racing, in rally driving, in circuit driving like Le Mans Ultimate, Assetto Corsa Evo, and all of these games. I messed it up. And the fact that we have good also hardware that is coming out. So even if you go for the cheapest, let's say, direct drive wheels, for example, the Monza R3 or the R5 or the new Logitech, for example, or anything, basically, you will be happy driving. And with the accuracy of these tracks, for example, this one, I can say for sure that it is realistic. I think we should be really happy. Obviously, we should complain when things are not good, and things should always improve, and there should be competition to give us better tracks, better cars, and also better and more affordable hardware. But in the state of sim racing today, basically we have so much freedom and so many things that weren't possible before. If you wanted those experiences, you had to go to the real track and have bajillion dollars, whereas today, obviously, nothing beats the real driving experience, but at least you can get close to it without ruining yourself, or also being in danger, because driving here, for example, is fine, but driving fast, for example, in a forest or in a track like the Nürburgring and crashing is not fun. Not fun for your health, and certainly not fun for your wallet. So the possibility of, for example, opening up Assetto Corsa Rally visiting this track, for example, in this kind of weather, than quitting and going to Le Mans Ultimate or any other game to drive in another track, in a different setup, in a different car, without ruining your financial health or your health in general, is something that is really underrated and that I think we are not grateful for enough. So this is just the message of today for my part, because I see a lot of comments whenever a YouTuber shows their rig that say just go and buy an MX-5 and have a real experience. Obviously nothing beats the driving in real life, but you cannot do things like this in real life. You cannot go to different places without spending thousands of euros in transportation, in fuel, in insurance, in tires, and all of these things are barriers to what you can experience. So for me, not everyone can afford that, and not everyone obviously can afford this, so obviously we should keep that in mind. But this is more attainable, and it gives you, I would say, 50% of the experience, if not more. Then you add things like, for example, the bass shaker or the dynamic system, and you get to 70% of the experience, or 80%. And at the end of the day, what is more important is gaining skills and learning how to drive. And I think with these kind of simulations, we are doing that. So it will help you in the future or in emergency situations to avoid them and hopefully be safe, you and your family. So this is why I think we should be more grateful to what we have today, without obviously just sugarcoating things. So yeah, just a message, food for thoughts. So we're back on gravel, and here the main thing that I want to test is braking, because I feel like it was the main drawback of the 0.1 version, which was the inconsistency of braking between cars, and also sometimes even in the same race with the same car. I think the force feedback is a bit more precise than before, but the effects are still a bit too light for my liking. Obviously, rally driving is a bit more intense than other practices, and I feel like here, if you don't have bass shakers, for example, you don't feel a lot of what's happening underneath you. Other than that, braking is a bit better than before. It's less spongy, and also handbrake was one of the things that I wasn't using before, because it made the car snap really easily. Here I feel like it's less the case. It's still not perfect. It's still a bit difficult to use, like you see. Obviously I'm not driving well, but I still feel like it's not perfect. So I restarted to be in the hairpin. Let's try again the handbrake and see if it's better than before. I feel like it's a bit better, but it's still not good, I would say. It's a bit more usable, but I don't trust it. I don't know if it's the case for you. Let me know in the comments if it's just me that I need to set up maybe better my handbrake. But I tried different settings and I feel like it's not normal to make the car snap like this. Other than that, braking feels really good and more precise than before. So that's good. Let's try, for example, the Hyundai i20 and see what do we think. So we are in the Hyundai i20. Let's see. The first thing that I was struggling doing in this car is just braking in front of the Marshall. And here I feel like it's less of a problem than before.
1.
Let's see.
Go, go. 40. 3 left, short, and 4 right, and 5 left, and caution, 5 right, brake, hairpin
Here
right,
it's a bit
80.
of a faster section, but we'll start with the hairpins.
Hairpin left,
Okay.
tightens late, 50.
It's a bit better, I think. Let's see again.
3 right, short, 130.
I think it's better. I think it's more
Caution, 4 right, tightens
manageable
2,
than before.
late, 60.
Before, the Hyundai was my least favorite car because in terms of braking
Into
it was
6 right,
really,
keep
really
out,
bad,
100.
which is not logical because it's maybe the
5
most
left,
recent
tightens,
car
over
in the
crest,
selection,
and 5
so
right,
it should
60.
have modern
4 left,
brakes and it
4
should
right,
be more
tightens,
manageable,
40.
and it
3
wasn't the
left
case.
long, into
Now
4 right
today I
long,
think
don't
it's
go.
more manageable and the car is more enjoyable to drive.
And 4
Yeah,
left,
definitely
into 3
it's
right,
better, so
short.
that's good, that's reassuring. And I think we can conclude with this. The game is still enjoyable. The
Keep
Livigno
left,
track
into
is
4 right,
welcome,
tightens,
even though I
50.
know a lot of people will be disappointed because
Go
it's not a
straight,
course.
100.
But yeah, in terms of
left,
driving,
into
it's
4
better
right,
than before,
short, over
especially
crest,
braking.
100.
They still need
4
to
right,
improve
tightens, don't
the
go.
handbrake because it's
Go right, 40.
important. But other
4
than
right,
that,
don't cut, late, 50.
the improvements
Keep
are
left,
very
into
welcome.
2
I think
left,
also
into
the
1 right,
game
very long, opens,
is a bit
40.
smoother. I'm playing in 1440p and it's fine. Hovering
left,
around I
tightens
think
late,
90
over crest, don't cut,
FPS
50.
while at the same time streaming
6 left,
and
90.
having another screen on the right.
Kink
And I
left,
feel like
100,
for someone
over
that
crest.
has a mid-range
6 right,
PC,
100.
it should be fine. So
4
that's
left,
good.
long, tightens, kinks into 5 left, over crest, and 5 right.
So overall
40.
this update is not huge, but I think that they delivered the most important things, which is improving the performance or the driving aspect. So braking is better and that's really reassuring. Let's see now if they deliver better tracks and better cars and hopefully VR, because that will level up everything. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button and see you on the next one.